Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid Mighty Morphin playthrough. Check out part 1 if you want to kind of know what's going on, but we're in the middle of the battle, so we have a couple different options right now. So I have the Pink Ranger and the Red Ranger ready to attack two Super Putties. Black Ranger's used both of his abilities to move and attack. Yellow Ranger's used both of her abilities to move and attack. The Blue Ranger still has one more action. So I could use this action to either recover, shuffle some of my cards back in my deck, but I only got one card in my discard, so that doesn't really help me that much. I could use it to move to the command center and just shuffle all my cards back in. But again, that doesn't help me. My best option to do for him is move him to a different location. So I have two different thoughts here. Is either one, I could move him to the industrial district, then he's already ready to fight there next turn, or I could move him over to Angel Grove Park where he could support the Pink and Red Ranger just in case they need the extra card or they need the extra attack or whatever. So there's that. Those are two options. I think, though, those two can probably handle that because they have two actions, so at worst they can always take two combats. So I'm going to spend the Blue Ranger's other move action. I'm going to move him to the Industrial Park. Now, he doesn't have any more points, so he can't initiate another combat. But now, next round, he'll already be sitting there with two action points ready to go, so he can initiate combat twice for somebody else that's moved into that area. Alright, so now the Pink Ranger and Red Ranger are going to go. I'm going to make the Red Ranger my lead ranger, give him the big lead ranger token. Just in case something comes up, we'll flip his action. Sorry if my face is getting in the camera. Alright, so then we have two Super Putties. Alright, let's zip over to my board here. And let's see what our two super... Well, let's draw our hand first. Let's draw some hands. Let's turn these guys sideways so I know that these are my hands and not my discard piles. Alright, Kimberly's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll start with that 5. We don't have to. But we have Take Aim. So she has... If this will focus at all... Too much stuff going. Gain 1 energy, may immediately play another card. If this is an attack, you may reroll any number of dice during this attack. So that's super helpful. She got Flying Kick. Just lets her spend 2 and gain some energy. So she can be able to help play some big abilities. Acrobatics, Reaction. Play this card after you reveal a card for defense to add the revealed number to your hand instead of discarding it. Or place it on the bottom of your deck. Basically, get your card in your hand. Arrow Shot costs 1, but it rolls 3. I can ignore the guard when choosing a target, so that could be definitely helpful. And then she gets the Blade Blast, which is a shared card that every Mighty Morphin Ranger has. Which is special. This attack deals an amount of damage equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. You can divide this amongst any number of targets. So that can be great if I need to just like whale like a bunch of guys at once, even both of these guys, because I could spend 3 energy and do 3 damage. I haven't had to use Alpha yet, which I don't plan to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless I really need to. I might need them later in the game. Alright, Red Ranger is going to have Triangle Slash. 1 cost does 3. You may reroll any number of dice this turn. Lead the charge. Next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 1 dice to that attack. And I got 2 of those. I got Team Tactics. Gain 1 energy. Another ranger of choice may immediately play 1 card. And we have Power Sword, his epic weapon. Does 5 dice. Next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 2 dice to that attack. So this is a good one to start with, because then I get the extra bonus. Each character also has their special abilities. So Pink Ranger's is, at the start of each battle, you may deal 1 damage to each, or 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. I can deal 3 points of damage. And Red Ranger's is Leadership. Once per battle, a ranger of your choice may reroll any number of dice during this attack. That's why I put these two up against the stronger one, because they can do some extra damage. Alright, our first putty Oh no, it's the fast guard engulf, which drains 1 energy. Alright. That kind of sucks. Our second one is going to be another engulf. So we got another engulf. So they're both fast, so that doesn't matter. For that purpose, they're just going to still get to go first once. They're going to have to drain 1 energy. So we put 2 in the shared pile. They get to go first, so that'll tap this. That'll drain that energy. Now it's my turn. I have to try and do 4 damage. Beginning of the battle, I can immediately do 1 point. So I'm going to put 1 point on there. Because if I can take that out before it activates on its next turn, it doesn't do any damage. Now, here might be a thing like just be worth spending a bunch of energy to try and do this Blade Blaster just to take them out. It's great to have if I can save up a bunch of energy. But, so now since they both have guard, they can't guard each other. So I can attack either one of them. So that's not an issue there. I'm just trying to see. I don't have anything to like do multiple damage or guaranteed damage other than Blade Blaster. But I could do this. Because I need to be able to do at least 3 damage. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that. So Red Ranger has all this stuff to let me reroll dice, which aren't bad, but I'm trying to figure out how to spread out my damage. So I wonder if I want to do... So I don't know if I want to spend a bunch of cards, or if I just, I could just risk just playing a card and then doing it. So, we need to make sure we take out this card. So, what's my lowest attack? Alright, we'll play Lead the Charge, and we'll attack the second guy. So get 2 dice, so next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 1 die to that attack. Alright, so the Red Ranger is going to try and take out this guy. He only needs to roll 1. Which I rolled a double. So sweet. So we take him out. I mean, I was looking at my combos that I could have played. I could have played, like, Lead the Charge, into Take Aim, into Blade Blast, which could have given me, like, 2 extra energy. And I could have played 3 energy easily with 1 character, between my shared energy and everything. But I'm like, but why am I wasting 4 cards to try and take out this one guy when I just need to roll 1 hit? Which I did, and now he's done. And that cost me no energy. So, alright, so now it's the opponent's turn. This card goes, activates, nothing happens. I don't lose that drain energy. But now I have 1 more attack turn to try and take out that other guy. So I need to do 2 damage. So what we're going to do is we'll do our Flying Kick, which gets me 1 extra energy, which she already has an energy, so it doesn't help me right now, but it lets me roll 2 dice. But because I played Lead the Charge, also says, next time any ranger performs an attack this battle, add 1 die to that attack. So I actually get to roll 3 dice. So hopefully with 3 dice, I can do 2 points of damage. Oh, I did, just barely did 2. That was spinning for a while. So I did my 2 damage to flip this over. So I won that match. Perfect. Alright, so these guys will both go away. These guys will go over here. Now, if we flip back over to our power board, we have the entire thing full. So now we get to clear everyone off. So we'll throw all the enemies back over on the enemy side. This gets moved up to spot 1. We get to draw our first Zord. Our first Zord is the Triceratops. The Zords are really fun because they give you extra abilities. Exhaust this card to allow any ranger to choose up to 2 cards from their discard pile, return them to the top of their deck in any order. Alright, so I'll hang out with Billy over here. We'll just cover up Billy's picture with the Triceratops. Alright. Gaining energy. Okay. So yeah, I could have added that energy into the shared pool, but again, that doesn't help me. Because I believe at the beginning of every round, you automatically have to add 2 in there. So yeah, take 2 energy from the supplies and I'll have to double check on that. I'm not 100% sure on the shared energy thing, if I can have more. Alright, so that starts the end of this round. Now, Kimberly still has 1 extra action. So what I can do with her is I could move her somewhere else, which might not be a bad idea, or I could do something else. So I'm going to do is suspend her other action. We're going to move her over to the industrial district as well. Then that way, if some more stuff pops into the industrial district, I already got her and Billy ready to fight. If not, then I can always move her somewhere else if I need to, if I think one of them. But I mean, those 2 should be able to handle 2 putties if nothing else. Alright, so now we're going to go to round 2. So I'm going to flip all of my tokens back over to their action sides. Turn my hand sideways. Alright. And that'll bring us back to our deployment phase. Alright, so now round 2, battle round situation, whatever you want to call it. We're going to reveal 4 things. We have 2 super putties going to Angel Grove Park. You know what? We just cleared you guys out of there. And now you're back already. Look at that. We have Putty Patrollers, and we drew a monster card. So we're going to get our first monster. So, our first monster is going to go to Angel Grove High. This is Pudgy Pig. He's going to join 2 of the Putty Patrollers. So, Angel Grove High with 2 putties. Alright. And now we immediately draw a panic symbol. And that goes on there. So now, we placed a panic symbol over here. So that's panicked. It's automatically panicked as soon as there's a boss monster in there, regardless if not. If I take out Pudgy Pig, he'll clear out all the monsters in there. So when it comes to him, I could just focus on taking out him and not worrying about the putties if I don't want to. But the issue there comes if I don't take out the putties and I don't defeat him, then I have to fight more putties. So it's kind of a back and forth. Also, if you beat a monster and it clears all the monsters off, or all the Footsoldiers off the board, you don't get rewards for them. Although if you beat a monster, you get a free level anyhow. So it kind of works out both ways. So your focus is to take out that monster, but if you can't, you might just need to take out the small ones. Alright, so Pudgy Pig's card will go away. So deployment number 3. 3 super putties to the industrial district. So good thing I put 2 rangers there already, because now we're at 5 of 6. And you can see how not clearing these out can make this very hard. And then we're going to have 2 more Super Putties to Angel Grove High. Oh boy. So Angel Grove High is going to need some help. We now have 5 monsters in there. Total, 4 Footsoldiers, 1 monster. Industrial District has 5. Angel Grove Park has nothing. And Ernest Juice Bar's kind of just hanging out there. So I'm going to want to do is move, definitely move Zack somewhere else, the Black Ranger. I'm probably going to want to just move Jason as well over to the Angel Grove High to help out there. Because we need to take out that Pudgy pig and then hope that Billy and Kimberly can take out enough of these other putties by themselves. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all goes down. Alright, so let's start by moving stuff. We're going to spend 1 action token. We're going to move Zack over to the high school. And we're going to spend 1 to move Jason to the high school as well. Now I'm going to look at Alpha's cards again. Is there anything here that might be beneficial? Drop the 2 cards. Player Power Ranger plays an attack, add a die to that attack. Now this isn't bad, but I have to do is discard a card from my hand to be able to use it. So I have to be able to something that's not as useful. Or gain 3 energy. Now that one might be super helpful, but it does cost me a turn to do that. Alright, let's start with the smaller battle. We'll start with the Pink Ranger, Blue Rangers. Now I have 4 actions. What we're going to do is make sure we put our stored energy back up there. And then we are going to go ahead and fight them. So we'll have Kimberly initiate this battle. She'll be our lead ranger. So now I can draw back up to 5 cards if I need to. I already have 4 cards in my hand. I think she's fine. I am going to draw 1 card for Billy though, which we knew was a tactical strike since we put it on there beforehand. Alright, so now we need to do is deploy our characters. So we have 5 of these. Now I can deploy these in any order I choose. So I could choose to deploy, 2 putties and 2 super putties. But now there's 5 guys, I only have 4 deploy spots. I don't have to deploy 4 of them. So I'm only going to do 2 of each. So we'll just do 1 super, 1, and we'll just go back and forth. So we got our first Putty Patroller card. Ooh, is a guard card. Alright. Cannon Fodder deals 2 damage. So I can't attack whatever's next. Putty Pummel, which will do 3 damage. And then we're going to get another Cannon Fodder, which does 2 damage. So I can't take out this middle card unless they take out the 2 outside cards. And our 4th one is going to be another Putty Pummel. These guys are fairly simple, which is why I chose them for the beginning game. So I can't attack either of the Putty Pummels. I have to take out the 2 Cannon Fodders first. Luckily, nothing has fast, so I get to take my turn first. Kimberly gets a free hit, so we're just going to do a free hit on the first card. So hopefully we can take that one out before it deals too much damage to us. So now what I do have the option of doing is I could sacrifice a turn, take that 2 hits, and try and build up some energy for Blade Blaster. I'm going to flip this down a little bit here. So I could discard a card, play Energize by Alpha, and gain 3 extra energy, which would then give me a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy I could spread amongst everything. So I could place 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then my next turn, I could go ahead and take out the first 2 guys. Or I could skip this guy for now because he's already done damage. I could go ahead and take out that 3 if I wouldn't have enough. Yeah, I could take out both of them. So that's actually, I think I'm going to do. So I have to discard a card to do that. And I'm going to discard my Acrobatics. And we are going to play Energize, which is going to gain me 3 energy. So that's going to go into my shared pile way over here in the power board. This will go back into his deck. So at the beginning of the turn, I'll add another card in there. But now the enemy's going to go. So this is going to go ahead and activate. And we're going to take 2 damage. Now I have to pick which ranger takes 2 damage. To take damage, I just reveal a card from the top of my deck. Since Billy has better defense, I'm going to pick him. So we take the top card, and we have 3. Since it has 3, this just go back on the top of my deck. If it was 1, it would have been discarded. If it would have been 2, it would have been discarded. 3 saves me. So that's why I picked Billy, so I don't actually take any damage. Because Billy has really good defenses. So I'm also going to do here is we're going to we have some abilities. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to use some of these abilities because I might take some damage from some of these attacks. What I can do here is I could play Arrow Shot instead. No, I'm going to do my Blade Blaster. Alright, so we're going to play Blade Blaster, which says, this attack deals X amount of hits equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. You may divide this energy amongst any number of targets. So we're actually going to go for a big gamble here, and we're going to spend all of our energy. So we're going to spend Kimberly and Billy's 2, plus the 3 we just got, so that's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the 2 that are in the reserve, so 6, 7. We're going to spend all 7 energy, which means now I can't play any more cards this turn unless I play something else. But I get to place down 7 tokens. So we're going to play 3 on this one, which defeats that. So flip him over. So now I no longer have guard to deal with. I still can't take out this one because I have to take out this one first. But what I can do there is put 2 more on there. So that was 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do is drop the last 2 over here. So 6, 7. So that'll take out this one as well. So I'm going to take another hit. But I've already weakened the last one up, so I only need to do 1 more damage, and I don't need to worry about that. Plus, since I've defeated this one, I got a free turn to kind of play around or use this as a turn to like energize my characters back up. Alright, so what we got is so now the opponents are going to go, so the Putty Pummel here is going to activate. It's going to deal 3 damage. Now, we know Billy already has a good card, so we're just going to take that as a hit. It also says, if this card is revealed for defense, gain 1 energy, which we already did, so actually I forgot. We should have gained that 1 energy, which would have given me 1 more energy to spend. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend I did that as well. It's revealed that before, but since it was 3, it would take that card out. That extra energy I would have spent to take out this guy. Which will do that. Technically, what I could have done was I could have actually, because I put 2 here, I put 2 on this, I could have put the 3rd one on there and taking out that and not taking the damage. But we already did it that way. I'm kind of cheating a bit because I'm going back. So we'll just go ahead and suffer the 3 damage. Alright, so that's my turn. Now I just have to try and take out that last 3 points of damage. So that I can do this. But we also have a couple other options of things we can do, because we have some abilities. So one thing I'm going to do is exhaust my Triceratops. It says exhaust this card to allow any ranger to choose the 2 cards in their discard pile, returning them to the top of their deck in any order. So I'm going to take both of Billy's cards. He's going to put them back on. He's going to put his big one back on top. So he's all defense back up. And he has a full deck ready to go. Then what I'm going to do, it says once per battle, a ranger of choice may draw one card and place one card from their hand back on top of their deck. I'm going to let her draw a card. So she drew a card, so it's acrobatics. So I can put one card back on top of their deck. So that doesn't really help me that much, but at least I know I can put that back on there and have 3 defense. Alright, so now we have an action we have to play. So again, I could either play one of mine or I could play one of Alpha's. I don't think Alpha has anything that's super helpful to me right now. For another ranger, plays a dice. Ooh. Add that guy, one guy to that attack. Yeah, it doesn't really help. Drop the 2 cards and immediately play 1 card. That would maybe be helpful if I was doing Billy and I knew what I wanted, but I don't want to do that. I think what we will do is we will just grab arrows. Where does actually Billy have? Billy has some good stuff here. I only need to do 3 damage. So I can roll 2 die, put this card back on top of my deck, or I can use hers. So we'll try Billy's. We'll try his Tactical Strike. Roll 2 dice after I play this card, place it back on top of my deck instead of discarding it. So it just gets him more cards. He's going to roll 2 dice. And we're going to hope for 3 hits. We got 3 hits. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome dice rolls. Alright, so I'll take him out. So then now, technically, I still have 2 more turns. Because now those guys will activate. Nothing happens. Now, I could go again. I have... You know, if I wanted to play something else to get me better cards, or do something else, I could do that. I could spend an action on this turn to do some other things. Basically, what I'm going to do is just skip the rest of my turns. There's no point for me to do anything else. Nothing else helps me, but if I had some 0 cards, like maybe it's just like just gain energy. Like that Energize card might be a good time to play now to like reinvigorate myself. But I don't have anything that's going to really help me. Since I can't do any damage. So we'll just clean these guys up. Alright, so 2 putties, 2 super putties. That's going to take out 4 of them. So we'll put those guys over on our board. That still leaves 1 in the zone. Alright, so now what we have is if we scooch over to our board here, I could now send Billy and Kimberly up to take care of those guys up there, or I could move both of them in to help fight Pudgy Pig, and that gives me more options. More options, more people that can take damage. I think that's what I'm going to do, is just focus on that, and not worry as much about taking out this 1 extra guy. Actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave Kimberly in here to fight that guy. I think she can take that guy out by herself. And I'm going to move Billy. So I'm going to spend 1 of Billy's tokens to move Billy over here. And then Kimberly can fight this guy by herself and maybe take him out. And then it's 1 less guy I have to deal with there. And then she can always recover if she needs to on the next turn. Alright, because that's 1 less thing I have to worry about. Alright, so that's all I got for part 2. See you guys in the next one. Bye.